Welcome to MondayFundayPodcast. I'm your host, Ahmed Al-kadri. If you could speak Arabic, Ahmed Al-kadri. It's me, Ahmed Al-kadri. I am comedian, podcaster, content creator, editor, whatever you want. I will do it just to make money. I'm not making any money, so I am all of the above for now. Oh, I'm also an actor. You may have recognized me as the HR guy in your sexual harassment training video. That is my biggest credit right now. Great face. Today, I have a returning guest, an amazing comedian, an awesome roommate, very clean. Everyone, please put your hands together for Rob Pugliese.
Thank you so much. Oh
and if you could speak Arabic.
I just go by one name in Arabic.
Yeah.
Prince.
Yeah. You know, one of the most racist introductions I've ever had, but it was actually really funny. It was Spence Griffith goes, it was like he was bringing me up. It was for an open mic. And he goes, keep it going for your one and only. Allah, la, 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 la.
It's close. He tried.
It was so racist. It was funny.
It's very funny. Did you actually do a training video?
Yeah. I'm the HR guy and it's sexual harassment training videos. It's from a corporate gig that I did in November of 2021. I only got paid $300 for that gig and it's airing everywhere.
Really?
I swear to God.
That's funny.
Okay, so let's begin with a couple things before we start catching up about our lives because I haven't seen you in a while. I've been touring a lot. What's a good piece of advice you were given? Who told it to you? And where were you in your life when you were given that piece of advice? While Rob is doing his dumb thinking face, I will be, by the time this comes out, I'll be coming back from Dallas in my Texas run. We might be canceling San Antonio because I just got a text this morning that we have one ticket sold. Woo!
It's your biggest fan, though.
It is. That's what I'm saying. I was like, could you just give me the email of that one ticket sold? And
just like I got to Venmo you $25 or whatever.
Yeah, it's just funny to me.
And
I feel bad. I just feel bad. Yeah, I was like, I'll just call him. Be like, hey, man, just want to say thanks for being a fan, but
funny bits.
You're literally my only fan in San Antonio. So I could drive down there, do a set in your living room, and then drive back.
How far is Dallas from San Antonio?
4-hour drive.
Yeah, that's pretty far.
Austin is 3 hours. Okay, so
piece of advice. I don't fucking know.
You've done this podcast at least 4 times.
I think this is the second. Maybe third.
No, third.
But I forgot that you do this every time. I guess, that how about this one? Move a muscle, change a thought. How about that?
What does that mean?
It means if you're having a bad time, you got to get up and start moving, and it'll help.
Ooh, that's good. I think that kind of helped me this morning. I literally woke up to the text being like, hey, by the way, we're at one ticket sold. I'm like, okay, I'm like, hey guys, San Antonio, please come out. Cause at the end of my set, I'm going to take a gun and blow my fucking head off.
That'd be cool.
I know.
But you get up early. You're an early riser and you're moving all day. I don't even know what the fuck you're doing half the time. You're just gone. Where are you all day?
This morning I went to the gym and then yesterday I recorded the podcast with Chase O'Donnell. Honestly, when I'm here in town, I'm either doing a tour guide, a bike or a hike tour guide.
I forget you do that.
Or, which I fucking love now because it's just such a great job. I'm in this room. I'm at the gym grabbing lunch with a friend.
Yeah, you do a lot of lunches.
I have a lot of friends.
You do have a lot of friends.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that. I have like 3 friends. But they're all like very close friends.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of like associates. I'm trying to expand that and get more associates.
I have a lot of associates.
Yeah.
I'd say like my close friends, like what's your definition of like a friend?
Well, my one buddy's Richard, who I've known for 20 years, so 25 years. We grew up together, so that's like the definition of close friend, long time. But Justin, my buddy Justin Foster, I've known him like 10 years. I don't know, it's somebody that my definition of a close friend is somebody that I can go hang out with when I'm in a terrible fucking mood, and I don't care.
Oh, I have like a long list of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I don't have to go like perform or like be funny or like be engaging. I can just be like, this sucks. Let's go see a movie or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're one of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Am I in that circle now?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be weird if you weren't. We lived together. And I had to be like, hey, pal.
Well, your other roommates were your older roommates.
Yeah, they were just different folk, but it's all right.
That makes sense. How you doing since I left? Because I've been like in and out since my East Coast run.
Yeah.
Yeah, since I've been gone.
I've been good. I've been laying low a little. I haven't really been doing too much stand up, just because I haven't really wanted to. But I got a couple of gigs coming up. We are finishing editing our sketch show, so that'll be done by this weekend, which is cool. We got 5 episodes or 6. And other than that, just taking care of my spiritual, godlike nature, and trying to get closer to the higher power.
Yeah, same here.
Finding oneness.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. Is there anything like, since you've been taking a break, once you get back to comedy, do you feel like, all right, I'm ready? Like I have a new perspective. I feel great. I'm ready to start working.
It does help me, I think, sometimes because I get caught up in just doing the grind of whatever shows, and I forget that I like doing it. And then I write new shit. Like it's hard for me to write if I'm doing it all the time for some reason. But if I take a break and like breathe and get some perspective, I'm able to, come up with some newer shit. Hopefully.
What was I gonna say? So like, is that your way of like just like writing new stuff? Is to like take yourself out of comedy, live your life, and then do you just wait for things to pop up in your head and you just write in a notepad?
Well, lately I've been doing not even that. I just I went through a sad thing, got over that, so it was just a lot of like dealing with emotional shit. But for writing, I'll like write down an idea and then sit down and write it out usually. And I've been trying to do that more diligently because for a long time I would just go up on stage with an idea and like I can fucking, manufacture a joke there. But if you sit down and like really write, you get more less common punchlines. Like for me, I get like less obvious punchlines, which is good, As long as you've been doing it long enough, you know how to be funny. Like,
yeah.
I can go on stage and be funny sometimes. But if I'm not like sitting down and actually writing shit, it's just like, there's like calibers to it. Like any comedian who's been doing it for long enough can go on stage and like do crowd work or like riff a little bit. And it's like, yeah, that's funny. But to like be on a different level I think it takes that thing for me.
Like as in like a caliber of writing. That's what makes John Mulaney pretty great.
Yeah.
It's like he's always writing something like super original, very funny, tight. Like even like him just going up on stage and just riffing on the city, but it's all like pre-written jokes that he's writing about. And then he like gets into his act, which is like just as well structured. Every time I see like John Mulaney do stand-up, it's like a masterclass of.
Did you? Were you in? Yeah, you were in town. Did you see him at all this past?
At the Hollywood Bowl.
2 weeks. He was all over the place.
No, I was all over the place. I was like in and out. I was in Houston, and then I came back, and then I was here for a couple days, and then I went to Austin and came back. I had the most depressing moment in my life in Austin.
What?
So the night before the show, I get also low ticket sales. And I only had like 20 pre-sales. The show itself had like 30 tickets. I'm just bummed out because it's just money wise, because it's just tough because I essentially lost money. But like what was I gonna say? I still like give it my all once I get on stage. So it was like 30 people, and like I had a really good set. And the people who've seen me last time, they came to the show and they were like, I love the new hour. Like they loved the new material, And I like my new material too, because it's not as brown heavy, and it's not that I'm like that my last hour was leaning onto the brown, but it was like very intro of who I am. Like I come from a school, whatever, you know what I mean. But dude, the 9/11, that joke that you heard, the 9/11 pedophile joke, dude, I added like new tags to it, bro. It hits so much better now.
Nice.
I'm like so proud of it.
That's awesome.
But no. The other stuff, it's like, talking about being an extrovert or how poor I am, stuff like that. So I still had a great set. But anyways, the night before, I have like 20 tickets sold, and like my hotel room is just pitch black, and the only light is the laptop light. And I'm just trying to like send out last minute emails from my email list to try to like sell more tickets. And then I was like, let me check Instagram to respond to any DMs. And then I get on Instagram, you look at DMs and all of a sudden you're scrolling, and I'm on my laptop, and I'm just seeing all of your peers on Netflix as a joke festival, and then you have people that you know, but they like sold out their shows, like thousands of tickets, and you're just like,
yeah, it's tough.
yeah. All you hear is just, I'm just
That's
like,
different. That's different than selling tickets on the road.
Yeah, for sure.
People came here for the festival, and so there's a lot of people in town.
Yeah, I agree. And like, I'm not.
It's also that Netflix is a joke thing is kind of bullshit. Because
so?
Yeah. If you're famous already, it's cool. You get to do the Hollywood Bowl, and those people could do it anyway. But the festival is just like, it's just marketing for Netflix. It's not nobody who, like, I know a bunch of people who did it, and it's not like changing anyone's
just another
career.
show.
Yeah. It's like there's there's a show on the West Side anyway. Let's put this banner over it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's why
there were
just
reps were at any of those shows.
Yeah,
like
any of the comedy clubs, they just threw on that little cube Netflix as a joke, and then, I mean, it's if anything's very Instagram, but that sells to the non-comedy fans. So like, if you're not a comedian and you see that, you're like, oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Me personally, it's just, to me, it's like it's just like doing the road and you're not doing as well financially, and it just sucks the life out of you.
I get it.
Yeah.
Comparison stuff.
Yeah, comparison's the thief of joy. I'm trying my best to not make this episode super bummer and super sad.
Bummer as you want, baby. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. What was I gonna say? You mentioned that you've been doing a lot of like away from comedy and self-journey,
trying to find the
self-love.
Lord.
Yeah.
Ahmed.
What is like? Have you been reading the Bible?
No, I'm reading things that help. No, I'm a sober guy, so I've been doing a lot of that stuff. Having some success with it. I don't know. It's tough. It's not like, you got to do the steps in sobriety.
Yeah.
The 12 steps. So I'm doing those, and I guess they're helping. I don't know. So far, it hasn't been like a big revolution in who I am, but
there isn't really. I mean, that's literally the biggest disappointment in life. It's literally just, you think there is that one thing that will change your life forever, and it's never. It's just a collection of small things.
Well, when I got sober from drugs and alcohol 13 years ago, I did have that. I felt that way. Like, I got sober and I was like, oh my God, like, I'm different. Everything's different, which wasn't hard to do because I didn't have a job and I was stealing from everybody. So like, to be a better guy, like, why is my life so much better now? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's like more, relationship stuff, friendship stuff, career stuff. So it's like more minutia shit that doesn't just change overnight. But we're working towards it. I don't know. I'm trying to pray and stuff. You pray, right?
Yeah, I try to pray 5 times a day. But.
Do you feel like it helps you at all?
Yeah, not a lot, but it keeps me like level-headed. Because sometimes I'll have like this super anxious moment or thoughts and all that stuff. Like, I prayed earlier before I got here. I was like, let me just pray. Sometimes I'll feel better after praying. Sometimes like I feel nothing.
Yeah, a lot of the times it just feels like I'm talking to the inside of my head. Like I'm just praying towards the thoughts are just bouncing off my forehead and not doing anything.
I'll pray, and sometimes like I'm rushing the prayer.
Yeah.
And I catch myself doing it, so I'll just repeat it again. And I'm facing northeast, and then I'm like praying and I'm asking for God for stuff, and I'm just like, and then the next prayer I'm like thanking God for stuff, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm still like, I don't know. I am praying more. I mean, I'd say like Ramadan was helpful spirituality wise because I was praying a lot more, but it was just nice to just be in LA and just being in my spirit, like in the spirit of things.
Yeah.
It just sucks because it's like, it's such a catch-22 because doing the road takes a lot out of you, takes you out of your routine. Just forget the money. It just takes a lot out of you. Okay, yeah, but the benefits are sometimes you can make some money, at least for me, but you get better as a comedian.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like so much more comfortable on stage now because I do the road so much.
You get more time.
And you get more time, yeah. But now like now all I can think of right now is to finish up, the last remaining shows, Abu Dhabi, Dallas, or whatever, and just be in LA. We canceled Fort Worth show because I'll tell you later, but apparently the place is a scam. But I come back May 27th, and I won't leave up until July. I'm just in LA.
Nice.
So I'm just so excited to just be in LA, not do anything.
Yeah.
Not do anything, but just be back in my routine, catch up on sleep, work out, eat, all that, do my tour guiding, stuff like that.
Yeah, that shit's good. But it's also good to get the hell out of here.
I think I'm having a better schedule about it soon.
Yeah, balancing it out.
Yeah, I'm balancing. Like, I'm not gone for like 3 weeks at a time anymore. The only time I'll be gone would be Europe, but I'll be in Europe.
Right.
It's more of a vacation, if anything.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's tough. You gotta have the balance. I'm trying to. Just.
So you said you've been praying more. Like, what do you do? Like, do you get on your knees and put your elbows on the bed that you see on TV?
I have done that. I usually forget.
Sorry, I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at your prayer. I'm just like,
what? Because there's no special rug. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say like ours is like we do like.
You gotta have a compass and a rug to do it right in your fucking.
You know
religion?
about the compass on the rug?
Do you actually need a compass?
Not all of it,
That's
but no, we have a
hilarious.
compass on our phone now. But like growing up, there was a compass on the phone.
I was totally making that up. That's very funny.
No. There's genuinely like
You gotta
growing
know
up,
which
there
way
was
it is.
compasses on the rug.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Why aren't the mats just set up facing the way that you're supposed to be praying?
What do you mean?
It's northeast, right?
Yeah.
So the mat is like a little rug. So why isn't it just turned towards northeast? So when you get down, you're already facing.
Because you pick up the rug and you fold it.
Oh, I thought
then
it was
you
like a place, and they are already like.
No.
set up.
The mosque, there is no compass under. I mean, some of them have it, but like, yeah, when you're out and about and you need to pray real
You
quick,
got a quick prayer down.
you got a compass on the rug.
You guys got a compass. I got a prayer.
Yeah, I'm not laughing. Yours is like I always see like kids or like on TV like kids or old women people. So I'm just seeing you on your knees and on elbow in the bed.
It's all about humility. It's not even about like God doesn't care if you believe in Him that you're on your knees. It's about humility of like, I'm not the shit or I'm not the center
of attention.
Yeah, the reason why my life is bad usually is because I'm the center of it. Like all things are what's going on with me. When my life's good, it's like I'm just part of the life. You know what I mean? Everything isn't. But that's why it's tough to do in comedy because you kind of have to be somewhat narcissistic or egotistical to like get on stage and survive.
It's about back to balance. It's like that ego that we have where where like have you seen the documentary Zen Diaries of Gary Shandling?
Did I watch that? I don't think I
It's
watched
on
it.
HBO. It's really good. Part one, it talks about all about his life, and then part two, somewhat, but his struggles with his life. But it's like Gary Shandling was talking about how like everything is all ego, and it's like in order to become a great stand-up comedian, like in order to get up on stage, you have to have a lot of ego.
Yeah.
And tour and do what we do. But in order to be the best or a great stand-up comedian is to have no ego whatsoever.
Yeah, it's weird. I think performance-wise, that's true because the best guys are guys who aren't afraid to be silly and stupid, and the worst guys are the guys who are too cool to be silly and stupid. Like Louis C.K. is a great comic, and it's just him like humiliating himself and doing weird act outs and all that shit. So it's like, but then there's guys who are like ego comics that are also like Patrice O'Neal was all ego, right? Right?
He was like, "I'm right and you're wrong."
Yeah, and it was also.
He had some really good points. Like
Yeah,
it wasn't like he did have a lot of ego outside off stage, but he was like. He was just upset of what was going on in the world. It was mainly about race and women, but
yeah. But I mean, he
like,
wasn't like a guy who was like, I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird balance because you can't. Comedy will humble you no matter who you are, and you can't ignore that. Like if you bomb, you bomb. Have you ever met somebody where they're a comic and they do bad and they're like, man, they like convince themselves like, oh, I did pretty good.
Dude,
it's terrifying.
I told you
Yeah.
recently. Yeah, this guy literally bombed so hard, had a bunch of groans the whole time, kept going, and two people left during his set. And then I just go, what did you think? He goes, yeah, man, I opened them up, dude. I fucking cracked them open, dude.
It's scary to me because
like,
I have the opposite thing entirely. Like, and I know other people who are like decent comics or whatever, but sometimes they'll go up and fucking. I've just seen a couple people where they like bomb and then I get off and they're like, well, they were with me and they were pretty good. Like that was pretty good. And I was like, what are you talking about? No, it wasn't. That was horrible.
Yeah.
I have the opposite problem where even if it's good, I'm like, yeah, it sucked. Which isn't good either.
I have the opposite problem too.
Yeah.
I will.
But that's not humble. That's the opposite of humble.
Yeah.
Humble's like middle. Humble's like reality.
Like,
Because if you're like, I'm the worst, like that's not.
it's either I'm the best or I'm the worst.
Yeah, that's ego.
I try to say I feel pretty good.
That's good.
I outwardly just say, oh, I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah.
You know?
It takes less out of you too the longer you do it.
I try to say like, I mean, I just did it to myself talking about Austin, but I don't want to say, oh, I crushed, I did amazing, because I know when I say that, it's coming out of insecurity. You know, I'm like, yeah, man, I fucking murdered, I destroyed.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever said that.
No, even
I think I've said like, yeah, it was a good set.
yeah.
There's some times where I'm talking like if it's a close friend, like a close, like one of those guys I was talking about earlier, where I'm like, I fucking killed. But it's always like, I fucking killed. And then this bad thing happened. Like, and I don't understand why that happened. Like, I'm objective about it. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's a good way to look. I mean, I'd rather be everything sucks rather than bombing on stage and say, like, I was telling, you know, I already mentioned it in the last 2 episodes, but I bombed pretty hard at Brooklyn College, you know. But it was like, I hated it. I hated the whole thing.
Brooklyn College sounds like the worst place in the world to perform.
Yeah, but I mean, I kept saying I bombed for 50 minutes straight. If we're being technical, I didn't really bomb for 50 minutes straight. It was just like, I had them and then I
Touch
lost
and
them.
go,
And I
yeah.
had 'em. But it was
Which
just
feels like bombing. That's almost more frustrating.
It was just frustrating because it was just like, I'm dealing with kids that had never been to a comedy show. I was just babysitting a bunch of sheltered ass.
Yeah, was it like super
Muslim
liberal kids?
No, even worse. Like, I'm talking about sheltered Muslim Arab kids and they're very obnoxious, because I've been there, where it's like they've never met, they don't meet or talk to people outside of Arabs or Muslims. Does that make sense? Or I'm gonna just say Muslims, because when I say Muslims, it's like Arabs, Desis and stuff, but Muslim countries, same ideologies, I guess. So like everything, and the worst part is they're also obnoxious on top of that, because they haven't got jobs yet and left in the real world and met other different types of people and learned that, hey, other people have different opinions than you, and you don't have to shove your ideology down people's throat, where it's like, I'm Muslim, everybody else is not Muslim, is below me.
Well, you're 19. That's how you feel.
Yeah, they're not 18, 19, and it was like honestly, all I want right now is the worst part is it was like no money. I did it for no money and they still never paid me.
Really?
And I'm still like, I'm emailing the school. I'm like, I need my fucking money, because I just lost money in Austin.
Yeah, that's
I'm like, just going through it right now.
especially if a college doesn't pay you. It's like, don't you guys have some fucking money?
They do. It's just New York just takes forever. I think it's the New York school system, because but here's the thing. I don't want to say it's all Muslim kids, because maybe it was just because it was in Brooklyn College. Because I did University of Buffalo. They were awesome.
Was that Arab or no? Arab
it was
school?
like an Arab student association. It was like both schools were both in New York, but they were both like Muslim Arab organizations, you know? And one was Bridges for Yemen. The other was like, it was like Middle Eastern Student Association, something like that. And, you know, one was to help Yemen. The other was to help Palestine. But the one in Buffalo was fucking great. Like,
Nice.
But it was just the way they set it up. Like, they actually knew what comedy was.
Right.
And they respected it. It was.
Yeah, a lot of that's just like how they make the show happen.
Right. While the other one was just like all light. It was just, I was just set for failure the whole time. But it's fine. What was I going to say? You're looking down right now. Are you tired?
No, I was just seeing what the fuck.
Oh, the carpet.
ADD,
I was
I
praying
get
here
distracted.
earlier.
Explains all the compi.
By the way, you said the compass on the rugs, like, our praying is different, because I was going to say we do a bunch of yoga poses too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you like prostrate and
have
like
you seen me
downward
pray
dog?
Yet?
No, I avoid
You
it.
want to pray? You avoid it.
You guys do downward dog. That's your thing, right?
Yeah. No. We don't do downward dog. We do, was it Forbes? No. What's that
Forbes?
one? No. The one where
I think
we
that's
do.
a Jewish prayer.
No.
The
Where
Forbes pose.
we do child's pose, and we do the one where it's this pose. What was it? It's in yoga.
I don't know.
I forgot. It's called something. It was
The West Hollywood pose. Is that what that one is?
It was something. I can't remember what.
I think that's better though, because like prayer is a type of meditation, I think.
Yeah.
And like if you're moving around, it gets you more in the present moment.
Yeah.
A lot of this shit, dude, the sobriety thing, a lot of it is like turning your will over to a higher power, you know?
Yeah. Step 3.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah. Well, it's basically letting. I just hate this quote so much because I say it all the time and I just do not practice what I preach, which is let go of the things you can't control. Only worry about the things you can control.
That's
and
impossible.
then it's like, but that's the problem. It's like, am I doing enough?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's the one question that just gets stuck in my head now.
Well, and then the last part of that is the wisdom to know the difference. But yeah, I feel like I don't get it. Yeah, I feel like it's the whole higher power thing and like turning your will over to it in your life. It's like, yeah, what does that fucking mean? How do I do that? It's impossible.
And there is no step-by-step guide.
There kind of is, but it's like it still doesn't make sense. It's all like the opposite of what you learn in life, which is like, I have a problem. How do I fix it? And it's like, well, let go of it. It's like, what? How do I fix it? It's like, let go. How do you do that? What are you talking about? It's the opposite of everything we're taught growing up in life.
I think men have a harder time doing it than women because it's like we have. Oh well, the reason why I'm coming into this assumption is because like a lot of times when like if you're, I'm just saying in dating purposes, like if a woman comes to you as a problem, it's like they don't want you to fix their problem. They want you to listen.
It's fucking obnoxious.
And complain. While if a man comes with you to the problem, they want you to solve it.
Yeah. Solution-based living.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
I'm not saying I don't want to blame. I just don't want women to be like, no. It doesn't.
I mean, I know a
Women
lot
want
of
solutions
willful,
too,
I
but-
tend to date them, a lot of willful women as well who are like, no, we're fucking doing it this way and that's the way it is. So it's all like fear and insecurity and like us needing to control, particularly in this business where you're like, nothing's guaranteed. I don't have a career that's paying me the way I'd like. And, you know, I got a bunch of free afternoons. So what the fuck do I do with myself? It's really tough to not like get wrapped up in
That's
your own
why
bullshit.
I'm tour guiding.
Yeah.
It literally keeps me sane.
I know.
Because
yeah,
I'm
smart.
like, as soon as I'm tour guiding, like, it's like, yeah, I use it to promote my stand up, but it's really like, I get to just make jokes and make tourists feel good as I like take them up the Hollywood sign, or I just ride my bike around Los Angeles. I'm like,
yeah, that's pretty good.
check this place out. And it's like, Chase and I, we talked about this yesterday. We're thinking of just sometime in 2025, just apply to be a park ranger.
I was thinking about that.
I like Yosemite.
That'd be so sick.
I have the page right now opening.
For Yosemite?
And I'm
You gotta
ready
move
to
up
just
there.
click apply.
You got to move up there, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Like, I will just move for a couple months. Like, I'll just save some money, pay the rent to our landlord. She won't even notice. I can literally just.
I asked him to fix 2 things in our apartment and he raised the rent $80. He's such a piece of shit.
Sorry, guys. It's just so expensive.
Yeah, okay.
And it didn't even fix it.
He did. He fixed, but they were like things that had been broken for years and years. And I was like, can you put up a new
Did he raise
tower?
all of our rents, or just like everyone in the building, or just
don't
you
know.
and I?
He raises it periodically. He's also been very lenient and understanding, so it's fine. Like there's been multiple times where like people move out and I'm like, I can't pay next month's rent by myself. And he's like, it's okay, just find somebody for the month after. So they just don't want to be bothered, which I understand. They just don't want to like deal with it. And whatever.
What does he do? Does he have like a full-time job and this is his side hustle?
I don't know.
Dealing with me and you.
Yeah, I think they like inherited it like from their family or something. I don't know. But yeah, whatever. The Yosemite thing would be dope. I would like to move up there and like, yeah, it'd be cool. And hopefully like something weird happens and then you like get into this investigation where you have to figure out like murders that are occurring, you know?
In Yosemite?
Yeah, and there's like some type of supernatural. I want to live like an X-Files type of life for a little while.
Wow, you and I have a much different fantasy about
Oh, really?
being park ranger. For me, it was more like I'll be going through trails and then like finding like animals and then rescuing them
No,
and
yeah.
taking
I
care
do
of
that
them.
during the day, but then at night, like I start hearing sounds, bodies start appearing, and I have to get into like this crazy mystery thing.
That sounds like fun.
It'd be so fun. And there's like, weird supernatural shit happening.
That's such a...
I start to lose my mind a little.
That's such a white guy thing because you're like, oh, there's noise. I need to go out and see. Like, if I hear noise outside of my cabin, I'm fucking staying inside.
No, dude, you got to investigate. Maybe I meet
You're like
Bigfoot.
half naked. Hello?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Because we're pioneers. White people are pioneers. We're adventurous. We're adventurous in spirit.
I'll give you that. It's like,
I think we
this
made
land
it to
needs
America.
colonizing.
Yeah. It's called exploring.
Yeah. So what do you think of Israel Palestine? I'm just kidding.
Here's what I think. I think that if you have a hard stance on either side, you're dumb. If you're like, it's clearly their fault or it's clearly their fault, it's impossible to have that. And it's impossible to not have a nuanced opinion on this and be accurate because it's fucking thousands of years old of bullshit.
Yeah, but also.
What? No, what?
It's their fault.
Who's they?
Hey. You know what I mean?
Robert De Niro impression? A little bit the Jews.
Ironically, I'm wearing their colors. God damn it.
Jewish is blue?
No, the flag.
Oh, yeah, you are.
God damn it.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Whoops. No, I just look good in blue. I swear to God. I don't know. Red and green and black and white is just not my color. I don't know why.
It is so funny, like just whatever. If you're of the ethnicity of whatever side it is, you're on that side.
No, because there's a lot of
Jews for Palestine.
Jews for Palestine, but
they're not real Jews. They're like Jews who grew up in fucking North Dakota.
Same as the Jews in Israel.
They're not real Jews. They're closer to it. They're closer to it. I don't know. I don't know shit about it.
No, I'm talking about, but like I'm talking about the illegal. I'm fully against the illegal settlements.
Yeah, but how is it illegal if the UN said you can have it?
No. Not that part. And okay, I'm about to get, people are going to get mad at me because I'm not the most political smart, but whatever.
I'm stupid too. This is what comedy podcasts are. Two stupid guys arguing about politics.
But I think I mentioned before, Hamas is fighting for 1967 borders, where like there was like they did because they I want to say after a certain time like Israel won the war, and then they won back some of the land or something like that. But then there was a certain time when Israel started taking up more land, which wasn't rightfully theirs. It was Palestine. So those are the illegal settlements that are.
I see.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fine.
Yeah. But then there are some people on the far of pro-Palestine where it's like, no, Israel shouldn't exist at all.
Right.
The way funded, blah, blah, blah.
Right. Which I get. Fine. I understand.
but
everybody's gripe. The point is,
but that's what I'm saying.
You can't blow up a concert if you're upset.
I know.
Also, you can't continually bomb people for months after. Like none of they're all fucking, it's all retarded.
Yeah.
And it's all because of, dude, it's just too much. See, the difficulty is in modern day, people don't have any faith at all in anything except for Instagram followers and fame. However, if you have too much faith, then you fucking blow people up. So it's like there's no good. The middle ground is what? Trying to be faithful, the balance of trying to be faithful.
I got in trouble for trying to be neutral. Because I'm not even like the time, like I don't know. I don't know.
It's tough for you. I get it.
If I say 2-state solution, people get mad. If I say 1-state solution, people get mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the point is like,
I do have
who
one.
cares if people are mad?
I was gonna say like,
who gives a shit?
I was like, there should be, an Israeli and a Palestinian just like release a sex tape, and just to know that they come together.
Israel-Palestine sex tape?
Yeah,
but not a bad idea.
But it can't be a hetero straight couple because you have gender dominancy, and it can't be a gay couple because it'd be like who's fucking who. So it has to be a lesbian Israel-Palestine sex tape. Send it.
I guess that's not a bad idea. Why don't they just do it like a divorced father type of thing? Like you get certain parts of the land a couple of times a month.
Yeah, but the problem is like. But then your wife is coming in, even though your house is still yours, she's still taking more of the house, even though the court appointed.
It's all about compromise.
See what I'm talking about?
All about compromise.
See what I'm talking about, though?
But it's silly to me. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. All of this comes down to
Yeah.
God told us so.
That part is kind of,
But that's the reason for all of it.
it's kind of, yeah.
It's fucking silly.
And I'm not, and that's the problem. Like, I'm not even that
Be
religious.
like America's and kill everyone there and take it over. It's got nothing to do with God. And be like, actually, we keep God out of this. We, whoever's here, we murder and take over.
The funniest thing about the whole thing is like, it's the whole, the hypocrisy where it's like you have these Republicans who are like, we got to save Israel. And it's like, bro, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's known for being part of like Nazi groups and stuff. And she like said some very anti-Semitic stuff. It's like, we need to protect the Jewish nation. And you're like, oh, come. It's like, that's how you know. Well, that's what I mean. It's like, like from all like the leaderships where it's like, hey, I don't like Hamas. And it's like, I don't like Netanyahu either.
Yeah.
I don't like the American government.
Right.
And it's like, they're all using faith to control the people.
Well, you know what bothers me is like, up until, what was that, October, everybody pretty much unanimously, at least, no one would have said, like, I like Hamas. Like, they're a terrorist group, right? That's their thing, is they terrorize.
Well,
but now, because in college campuses, Palestine is the, like, lower, they're the ones losing more people and getting their ass kicked because they're smaller. It's this victimhood mentality shit that's taken over just across the board on college campuses where it's like, well, they're the victim, so we got to be pro them. It's like that leaves out all the rest of history and all the rest of the shit that happened.
And this is what we were talking about earlier. Like Hamas is a symptom of what of all of this situation because there was like
but so are fucking Chicago gangs. Like they're still not good. So is the Italian mafia, right?
Well, there's this one picture that I saw. It was like this, it was like this IDF shoulder shot and killed this Palestinian kid's mom, right? Which is fucked up, obviously. And then and the kid is just like holding his mom, obviously in tears. And then like someone like had this picture and commented, I'm glad I brought this topic up, by the way. Anyways, and he goes,
you want to talk about stand-up?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but then he goes, he goes, the next time, in the next few years from now, you're not going to see this kid's face. It's going to be blindfolded with a green head bandana around. Yeah. And it's like, I'm going after. And it's like, you kind of see, that's why it's like, if you, like that's why when you go in the Middle East, people are like when Americans leave America, no matter, not even the Middle East, just anywhere outside of America, and people go, people don't like Americans. And you're like, yeah, dude. Because American government pretends they're Luke Skywalker, but we're Death Star.
Yeah. I mean, it's all complex and shitty. We've been riding high on the 1940s victory for a while.
Hey, and don't you forget it.
I mean, it was a big deal. We were heroes. That was a cool time. I would have loved to have been alive then because it's such an easier time. Like, you just...
For you, but yes.
Being a guy, I think... Because now, like, everything's pretty good in America as a dude. There's no real wars that are like, you got to go deal with this. Like, the Nazis were going to take over the world and destroy, like, that was going to be it. They were the big bad guys. And you got to, like, go and die valiantly in a war. Now, as a, like, guy, there's nothing really wrong, and that's a difficult thing.
Like Iraq War.
Yeah, but that was like us deciding to get involved.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
9/11, whatever. Yeah.
No.
Sure.
They said it was for 9/11, but it had nothing to do with 9/11.
It wasn't. Right, but I'm just saying, like, so just being a guy now where, like, you don't get to be a hero, and you just have to, like, live life and deal with all of, like, the trauma from past generations and work a job is so much more difficult than being an alcoholic and killing a Nazi and dying a hero. That's way better.
That's a good point. I mean, I think that's why you have a lot of men who are like, yeah, I just want to go to war right now. It's way better than working.
Yeah, why do you think like Andrew Tate's popular? Because people are like, oh yeah,
yeah,
dude, we need enemies. Men need enemies that are worthwhile.
Well, also the way he talks, everything is life and death situation.
I know,
and it's really, but that's same thing with Andrew Tate. It's like why I found him so fascinating because it's like he was using. It was just like okay, like we're in this point of life where there were so many men who didn't realize what masculinity was, like what defines you as a man. Because for the longest time, it was like, this is what makes you a man. Mm-hmm. But then you start learning, like, like, no, we could learn about sensitivity, being in touch with your emotion, which is good. You know, men's mental health, for example.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And then you have women who are now gaining power. But it's not that they're being above men. It's just they're trying to push for equality. I understand there is like a somewhat of a toxic femininity, which is like the ick or the bear memes or whatever. You just ignore it, you know? But then you have this man who rises up and goes, nah, bro. Fuck these bitches.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
And
he's just
everyone's
talking.
like,
He's talking to
all right.
teenagers.
And that's why, yeah, I know. And then he's sitting there and being like, I'm the big shot, I'm the big money. And then got these young boys think, oh, I could have multiple women. It's like, no, dude, you don't have the financial capacity or the mental capacity to do that.
It's also a nightmare.
Yeah, dude, dealing with that many women.
Not even that. Like getting what you want, and which you think is like sleeping with whoever you can, is not fun.
Well, that's the point of program. It's like that's
the
the
end of
point
the
of
world.
like that's the point of like doing your inner work and realizing, oh yeah, like I tried so hard to like, you know, become like get some clown hookup and then you girl I want, and then it's like you get it and you're like, well, this means nothing.
Yeah, it's exciting
like-
and fun, and then eventually
beginning.
you realize that it's an endless cycle that.
You're just trying, yeah, and then really you have to do the inner work to fill the void in your house, fill the void in your heart, and what we were just talking about now. Guys would be like, what a bitch.
What
pussy.
guys though?
No, guys who are like easily.
They're guys who've never had.
They
those
think
things.
therapy is there's some men who think therapy is scam, and those are idiots. Well, they're young kids that are idiots. Like
I think therapy is a scam. A lot of it, honestly.
yes
Because
and no.
Here's the thing.
Yes
though.
and no.
Here's
There's
the thing.
some
If
guys,
you just go to talk therapy, it's fucking stupid because most people don't get better from that. Like if your problem is like you just need someone to talk to, have a friend. Like I don't understand that part. But if there's certain specialized therapy that is very helpful, you know, like where you do shit other than just complain. But the idea of therapy where you just go and talk about your problems, like that's the definition of making it worse.
no.
If you're just like, here's what's wrong, here's what's wrong, you know, you got to like do something.
Yeah, I agree with what you were saying, like about like when you were saying, you know, therapy can be a scam. I do agree with you if you're just going repeatedly talking about your problems. Yeah, that's
But I know-
because then you're just refreshing it up in your head. But I was saying there's some people who need like therapy where it's like, oh, you know, this dramatic or traumatic moment happened in your life.
Yeah.
You should process it with a therapist for like 6 to 8 months and then move on with
Every
your life.
girl I've dated, yeah, they need to go to therapy. And
That's what I
fucking-
mean.
But the problem is that kind of therapy, you can get talk therapy for relatively cheap, like sliding scale talk therapy, $25 a week, at least in a major city. But that kind of therapy is always expensive and it's bullshit. And this girl, a friend of mine who was just becoming a therapist, was talking about how she like met a client or whatever. And the guy who had been there a long time, the like long time therapist, was like, oh, well, here's his problem. She was like, oh yeah, that's what I thought too. And she's like, all right. He said to her, okay, we'll see if you can like spend 6 months with him before getting to that problem. So it was like, make money on this guy long term before like, here's the solution. We know it. Wait until he fucking, you know, keep him coming back.
Oh, so it's a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just bullshit.
No, I get that. Well, it's like, I don't think why you should be going to a therapist for over this many years. Like, I remember like I don't really see my therapist anymore, but like now I see him just because he's my boy. He's cool. And Medical is for free.
Yeah.
So, but like in the beginning, I went because my dad had just died and I needed to process a few things about dad stuff and older brother stuff.
Mhm.
And then after like 8 months, I was like 6 to 8 months, I was like, all right, I'm good. And then it was just like repetitive, just talking about certain things. And I was like,
It can be helpful for sure, but I think a lot of like talk therapy is pointless. But yeah, if you have like trauma and all that shit, like you gotta deal with it. But the way that you deal with it isn't through talk therapy. Like it's like.
And then
It's
there's
deeper
some
than
people
that.
who don't even need therapy. They need a psychiatrist. I'm talking about those guys who get a divorce and then they go kill people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are like, that's, you know what I mean? That's when you look, there was this one bit, I was doing crowd work. It was like that clip from Detroit, but it was like some guy who like had just gone through a divorce. But I was making fun of him because he was like, yeah, you know, I tried to use logic with her. And I'm like, use logic? I was like, this fucking guy, you know? And I
Dude.
made jokes about it. And I was like, you should go see a therapist, you know? And not in a like, just talk about your shit, but just like try to, maybe a couples therapist or like really think, really process like, is everything her fault?
Logic also
Yeah.
doesn't work for men. Like it works for us with certain things where we can logic shit out, but when it comes to women, there is nothing less safe in the world than a man who's in love. That is a dangerous human being. There's nothing, because men will have the logic and you'll be like, I know this fucking girl's nuts. I know she's not good for me and I'm going to do it anyway. Like every guy I know has at least two of those stories where they're like, yeah, it ruined my business, it ruined my life. So it's not like men are logical. We just don't. Dude, when I have feelings, it's so new to me that I'm like, what the fuck is this? We just have no idea how to handle it. Women are better at dealing with emotions because it's more common to certain degrees. And they know like logic doesn't fix emotions. If you could logic your way out of emotions, I would be fine. I'm very logical. It is a detriment. It is a total fucking, it's a disability when it comes to emotions because it just makes you crazier because you're like, yeah, I know this isn't okay. I know that I'm like, this isn't worthwhile. And you're like, yeah, but I'm still doing it. So what the fuck? It makes it worse.
Well, it's because you want to be the prince. You want to be the positive relationship arc and save her.
Yeah, that's part of it. And I think it's also vice versa too. Like, the guy who needs to save the girl is also, he's doing that. It's not altruistic. He's doing it so he can feel valuable, which he doesn't feel outside of that. So it's not like he's a hero. It's just like, he's like, my life is meaningless and this gives it meaning. Or this, I think, might make me feel useful and worthwhile. When in reality, we're all just fucked. Everybody's fucked up. Everybody is, to higher or lesser degrees. It's just how you like, yeah, you just got to meet a person that matches your fucked up and you guys can work on that together, you know? It's really like, there's no such thing as like totally healing and then meeting another totally healed person. That's not a, yeah, you mean two like angels? That doesn't exist, you know?
That's
Two
a good
people are
piece of
fucked up.
advice.
Yeah.
You just said, just you're fucked up, meet someone else is the same level as fucked up.
Yeah, or somebody who's like, on the same path or whatever. The worst, which happens a lot in the city, is girls or people in general who are like part of like the healing community, and whether it be like some dude who does like, I teach Wim Hof breathing and like all this shit. And then you start getting to know better and like, oh, you're tragically, like something's not working at all. Like there is a foundational error and you're espousing all of this like healing bullshit. And you get to know him. It's like, oh, you've just done this all on your own. You need help. Like you can't, if you're fucked up, therapy or something more, but not just talk therapy, but like, some real shit. I don't know. Go to fucking take ayahuasca or get a shaman or something.
Ayahuasca is the shit.
Yeah. But it's like, you can't, if you're fucked up, you can't fix you because it's like something broken trying to fix something broken. It's just going to make it more broken and like reinstitute the ideas that are bad, And that happens, there's a lot of that shit in this city. A lot of
scams.
Yeah. There's like there's so many, how many like Instagram profiles where they have like 1 million followers and it's
the ex-comedians, I know.
Ex-comics, but it's also like healing coaches and all this shit. And it's like, you call yourself a coach because you didn't have to go to school, Yeah. And you didn't have to get any real like training. Not that none of all that stuff's bad, but it should be the proof is in the pudding. If somebody's like living a good life and like has good relationships, then you're like, how do you do that?
Right.
Talk to those people.
Not like life coaches. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but also like take all the help you can get. Life's tough, baby.
Makes sense. Well, this was great. Is there anything you want to sign off? I think we covered all the topics. We talked about stand-up, Israel, Palestine,
God,
praying,
relationships.
Yeah, we talked all about it. Is there anything you want to plug?
Yeah, I'll just say Jesus Christ is the one true King, and all followers know that. And if you don't believe that, it's time to, get right.
Be saved.
Get right.
Dude, there was some guy in Austin who tried to like convince me of Jesus and all that stuff, and I was like, bro, we are not at the time and place.
He's a comedian?
No, it was just like some friend of a friend.
Oh.
He wasn't even at the show. We were all at this like bar and grill, like we were just eating pizza, food, like some were drinking, all that stuff. And I was like, and he was just drunk as shit. And he was just like,
oh yeah, the drunk guy who's trying to tell you.
Yeah. And he literally goes, I'm a God man as of 2 weeks ago. I'm like, here we go.
That's why you're blackout drunk right now.
Well, they usually those kind of guys come up to me because they know I'm looking at my fucking face, and they go, and now he goes, "You're from?" He's like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "Oh, grew up in Dallas." Yeah, but like, where are you from? I'm like, my parents from Yemen. He's like, "Oh, no way. I know. So I grew up with some Iranians." I was like,
Close enough.
close enough, sure. And then he was like, "I'm a, God so you believe Jesus is the son of God?" I'm like, "No." And then he starts trying to convert me, and I'm like, and I literally grabbed him by the shoulders. I was like, "You are too drunk to have this conversation."
My favorite was when I first got sober, I was still hanging out with people that were drinking, and they'd be drunk and like telling you like, "You can drink, man. You just got to do it safely. Like you just got to control yourself." It's like, okay, you're telling me that?
Yeah, ridiculous. But anyways, well, this was a great episode.
Yeah, fun.
This was it was very nihilistic.
Really? I don't think so.
I don't want to say. Well, it
Realistic.
Realistic. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, maybe just a little bit of stoicism.
There's probably some nihilism. I don't want to be alive.
Me neither. Anyways, dude, have you ever fantasized about unaliving yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the time.
Okay, I have like 2 unaliving fantasies. Mine would be.
I hate the unaliving thing.
I know, but
It's so fucking stupid.
Algorithm.
I know.
Mine would be. It wouldn't be gun. I don't want to do gun.
No?
No, because I know myself. I'd be like,
Maybe.
go to the store and be like, I'm comparing and contrasting.
Okay.
And then next thing you know, I don't want to unalive myself
spreadsheet on which
anymore.
gun to
Yeah. And I would just like sit there argue. I'm like, a gun is this much money?
Yeah.
I would just, but I know myself. I'm still an attention whore. So I'd be on top of the bridge and just wait for someone to try to save me and then realize no one cares.
That's funny. That's actually a really funny sketch.
Yeah, where I'm like,
A guy who wants attention for killing himself,
yeah,
and he goes
goodbye,
up,
crew world.
and nobody comes, so he doesn't do
and
it.
no one wants to come save me, and I'm just like,
That's really funny. Yeah.
anybody? No, the only thing, but now like I don't really have fantasies of unaliving myself. I mainly have fantasies of like going off grid.
Mm.
So being a park ranger,
Yeah.
Yosemite. I mean, it's not really off grid. Like you'll have
It's off grid enough.
but it's enough. Yeah,
you're
we're
not
like
in L.A.
yeah, but you're not in the city, and then you're at a park where there's barely any service. So you just like,
Yeah, I don't know how I would do it. I always think gun just because it's easiest, but it is like
yeah,
kind
but
of
you have
cliche,
to go buy one.
hacky.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
hack. You want to be more original.
Yeah,
And
death by cop would be cool.
also, huh?
Death by cop, suicide by cop.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh yeah, that's a good. Oh, maybe. Sorry, I just saw.
Be harder for me than you for that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be like, you're running at the guy.
I'm shooting at them. They're like, "All right, let's calm down."
Yeah, come on.
Like, officer, I need your help. Oh my god.
Get him. But if anything, was going off grid? Just yeah, I'd say going from town to town. Oh, my fantasy is changing my identity.
Mm.
So as in like, not only like going off grid, but like burn all like all my
For what?
identity.
To what end?
And then just changing my name and last name and just moving on in life and moving to a different country, but like in a village of a third world country.
Not do comedy.
What I'm gonna do? Stand up in the villages of the Philippines?
So is it just to escape comedy though?
Just escape life, the world, everything.
Yeah, but it's all still there. It's just shittier.
Instead of just unaliving myself, I was how you say death by a cop. I was saying, or just go to the Middle East and fight jihad.
That'd be cool. Pick up decide which revolution you want to be a part of.
AK-47, just jihad. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be a cool way to go. Actually,
It's a nice little fantasy,
yeah, hero's death.
but I can't. I have to keep going. You know why?
Why?
Because Scumboy 4920 said I'm never gonna be a comedian, so I gotta prove this guy wrong.
Gotta prove him wrong. We have in our sketch show that's coming out soon, the Red Rob Roy show. Our very first episode we put online, and some guy reviewed it and said these guys suck, and the whole rest of our season is about him.
Really?
Yeah, it was the very first review we got. Williams PB 6279.
Did y'all find him? Y'all try to find him?
No, we just saw the review, and he was like, "These guys suck. Jeff Bezos is a piece of shit for letting them do this. Like Jeff Bezos had anything to do with it." So the rest of the episode is us, him like he's like our villain. It's pretty funny.
I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah,
Well, go on Amazon Prime and watch the Reb.
It's not out yet, but I'll do it on my Instagram, Rob Pug Comic. It'll be on there.
I can't wait to watch it. It's gonna be fun. Are you gonna put in reels? Obviously,
I think so. We might do like a viewing or like a party, like a release party. So that could be fun.
at our apartment,
Probably not.
Rich's apartment.
No, somewhere like a place.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Yeah. Well, this was fun, man.
Yeah, dude.
This was great. I genuinely, I knew it was gonna be good inviting you because I haven't like caught up with you in a while. So, anyways, you want to go get lunch after this?
Yeah. Maybe.
What do you have?
I got to do the gym.
It's 2:30.
I know,
All right, go to the
Richard,
gym.
you guys, right?
Let's
I
just
go after.
Let's go to Mel's Diner or sometime. Okay, after. Let's
We'll
just go
figure it
get. All right. Well, anyways, I'm gonna. By the time this releases, May 27, I'm done with my other, like the last of Abu Dhabi and Texas. So we're pretty much done with that. So I'd say the next tours coming in will be Europe. I'll just go on ahmedlovesbread.com. You'll see all the European dates. And you'll also see more falls coming up. Like I'm going to be hitting up like Pittsburgh and Denver and Chicago. I'm working on all those dates as we speak. Thank you guys so much and have a happy Monday.